Okay, today we're going to talk about one of the biggest blocks that we have as humans, and I'm going to point it to this career, okay, because that's where a lot of you are right now, okay? And I'm going to read this paragraph to you. It's just this short paragraph. Today, I choose to tell my story in an empowering way. Now, this is regarding your life so far. If the script I've been following is not working, I can rework it. My next chapters are yet unwritten, and the choices I make will fill in the pages of my life story. Excuse me. You have the power to change your story. God has a plan and a purpose for you. And there could be things that have happened to you in the past that were not pretty at all. Certainly to me too. But we can change that, and we don't have to. What I picture in my mind is all of that garbage in a red wagon, and I'm towing it behind me, and that thing gets way too heavy, and I don't want that to be heavy for you. Why? It impacts how you go forward and what you believe about yourself. God thinks you're pretty cool. He made you to be unique. If you know anything about DNA, your DNA is unique. So you have it within you to keep moving forward in spite of the stuff that's happening now in the world. You can add to your legal knowledge. You can do a lot of things to help yourself. But talking negatively constantly will not help you rewrite that script, rewrite that life story. You know, whining and complaining won't do it. And so what is it that you have to do? You have to make a change, and that's a choice. That you will change up what you're saying to yourself. You know, there are enough people around us that will spew negativity. We don't need to do it to ourselves. So let's look at some of the things in your life, your work, your current job, your relationships, your finances, your spiritual life. Which story is it time to rewrite, or are there several scripts you need to rewrite and change? It really is just a choice. You can make that choice today and make a shift. There was an excuse that I used so that I didn't have to do anything. And that was, I have nobody to support me. I would play that over again in my mind, over and over again. But you don't have to do that if that's what you're doing. Or I'm not smart enough. You know what? All of this and getting into the paralegal field, it takes work, and it takes focus, and it takes allocating time. Whether you go to school, get a certificate, or you don't do any of the above, you can still get in. But it takes time. And it takes a belief in yourself. Even if you haven't been believing in yourself, or other people haven't, they can keep not believing in you, but you need to believe in what you can do and what you're going to learn in order for you to do it. And you only find that out by moving forward. I had no idea if I would like it, like this field. I just had to go into it blind. And I figured, no harm, no foul. I'd try it, didn't like it, shift to something else. And that isn't meant to make it sound easy. I felt like I was failing in the corporate job, but really the people around me, the management, failed me. But I that bothered me for probably 2 to 3 years, and I finally had to let that red wagon full of that just go and let it fall off a cliff, because it's not worth dragging behind you. All of that negativity, things from the past, it doesn't totally go away, this I know. But oh, so much good stuff can come when you focus and work hard towards a goal in mind. Okay? So, what is the new storyline that you want to create? How are you telling the story of your life right now? Is it are there any positives coming out of it? That's what you have to pull out of it and build on those stepping stones, because that's all that is a stepping stone. Even negativity is going to be your stepping stone to a better future. So use it for that. Don't use it to bring you down and keep you down. Use it to step on it. Good visual. Step on it and go up. Okay? There are many, there are a lot of us who have faced negativity and bad stuff in our past. So we're not alone. And I think that's what we have to remember, is that there wasn't any magic to those who succeeded. It was just focus and just making a decision not to let anything bog us down. And sometimes we take 2 steps back during the journey and then regroup and keep going forward. So about those moments in your life that created some type of hardship or change, how do you tell that story? What can you do with that story that will make a positive out of it? Sometimes we can't, if it's pretty horrendous, but it doesn't have to make you feel stuck. Which is what I felt when I would say, I don't have anybody to support me. When I started talking to people who had achieved what I finally achieved in this career, I asked them, I said, did you have people around you supporting you? Almost 99.9% said no. That was very uplifting to me, even though that's sad. Very uplifting that if they did it, I could do it. If I did it, you can do it. I'm not anybody different. I have reading comprehension issues and still became a paralegal. Reading comprehension problems and still became a paralegal. So if I can get through that, you can get through your issues. There's the saying, people will say, I never got a chance to go to college. I used to say that too. My parents didn't pay for me to go to college, and then I found out how many people paid for college themselves. But college doesn't mean that you are X'd out of this career. Okay? That doesn't mean that. If you can't afford college, you can still get in. That's what I teach, and that's what I know. Okay? What you say to yourself can either push you forward or hold you back if you keep looking back. There's a famous story in the Bible about Sodom and Gomorrah, which were 2 cities that were pure evil. And God said to Lot, make sure none of you look back. That's a wonderful story for anybody who's been through anything, and all of us have in our lives, not to keep looking back, because that doesn't get you where you need to go. Okay? So, kind of a little bit of homework, but this is between you and your notebook. You can write down some of those moments in your life that were impactful. Moments that you've overcome, you've survived, and you've thrived in spite of it. And then refuse to make anybody who was non-supportive or who hurt you physically or mentally the centerpiece of your story. At the very center. Don't make them the star of the show. You're the star of your own life path. Okay? Not them. What people say about your dreams are seriously not important, because it's not their path. It's your path, not theirs. And so while they like to spout their opinion, don't give them that opportunity if they're typically the naysayer in your life. Don't give them the opportunity to do that, to play into your head, because it does play into your head. And I had to learn the hard way to stop that and just focus on what I'm doing and focus every day on it. Even if it's 10 minutes, that I will focus on doing something, because that will uplift you, to propel you forward instead of looking back or listening to the busybody naysayers, okay? Own any mistakes or failures that you have had, that you were the centerpiece of. You own them. You don't make excuses for them. You own them. When I ask you here, do you feel that you're organized, and you feel that you're not? That's a choice. That's a choice to be organized, okay, at work. And it's so necessary in the legal field. When it's chaos, it isn't pretty. So if you're not organized or haven't been, you have to make that mind shift, that change, that you will be, okay? Own any of the good decisions and successes that you've had. Own them. And then rewrite the script of your life so that even though bad things happened in the past, that you have an unstoppability. Nothing's going to stop you. That's the reputation you're creating for yourself. That's your storyline. That it's not, oh, I'm always stuck. That you're going to make that mind shift, that I will do this, and no one or nothing is going to stop me. No words, no emotions, and you yourself are going to be unstoppable. You're not going to stop yourself. And words, saying negative words to yourself, can do that. It's been a life battle for me in that department. So here's something to think about. Consider an event, a challenge, or a situation from your past that held you back in some way. If you were to rewrite that story in a more positive light, what are some positives that you would take from it? What happened in that event that occurred, or that person that negatively impacted you? What positive did you take from it? In my case, I had a very domineering mama, and I had to develop my own freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of expression, freedom to choose the career I really wanted to be in. And whether they liked, my mother or my father, understood it or didn't understand it, it didn't matter, because it wasn't their life. Okay, so it isn't anybody else's life. You're writing this for your life. And in spite of some negatives that maybe you caused in the past, that were not great decisions that you've made, been there, bad choices, right here, that you will go forward into a more positive script that you're writing. So when you look back, if you live to be 80, 90, 100 years old, and you look back at your life, no regrets, that you took those negative things and you turned them into a positive, that those negative things that happened in the past didn't rule your life. Okay? And that comes in handy in this career. Why? Because as I've told you in many, many videos, you never accept emotional abuse from any employer. I've been there. I don't accept it. I don't stay in a position like that. I don't want you, because of past experiences. And that's why I was staying in the corporate job, that because I felt I was going to look like a failure, that I stayed in that job longer than I should have. I should have been looking for another job, but I wanted to hang on to it. It wasn't worth hanging on to. It was bad news. It was a bad news job. And it wasn't going to be anything that would grow me or uplift me in any way or stretch me, which is necessary so that we feel like we're learning and growing and moving up, moving forward, and, you know, making a real career for ourselves. And that's what I want for you. So don't allow that to get you stuck. Even if you go into your first job and you find out different things about yourself, you find out, I don't like this type of law. Bravo, you're learning something about yourself. That's a-okay. That's not failure, that's learning. See? So you give yourself permission to wave bye-bye. I'm not going to take bad behavior from any employer. I had that in the corporate job, which was not a legal job. So I taught myself through that experience, no more will that will not happen. I won't accept it again, and I won't watch other people be hurt as well. So I never stayed in a law firm where I would be hired and I would find out that's what was going on there. I didn't stay. I got another job. Okay. Right now, the jobs are kind of tied down until things loosen up even more. So get ready for the loosening. Get ready for that. That's going to happen. And the jobs will be out there. But keep moving forward to uplift yourself, writing your script, like what are you headed to? You already know areas of law, most of you, that you like, that you prefer. And it may be that you have to open your mind to other areas of law, because that's the job. Those are the jobs that are open when they open up, and you might have to go in an area that maybe you're not thrilled with going into, and then you find out you like it. So be flexible, but write that script for yourself, not to impress anybody else, just for you. Okay? And God has a plan and a purpose for you right now. So keep moving forward, keep putting the effort in. Good things will happen when you do that. Okay? So any questions or comments, post them. If you did, I'm not seeing them because Facebook is like that. But don't forget, go to the website, paralegalcoffeetalk.com. Check out lots of stuff there, okay? But two things that are complimentary, and I always say this, but I don't want anybody to miss out. The 19 alternative paralegal careers list, or you can get the other one too, free chapter of my book, Legal Break-In, and you can also get the book right on the website, but there's a free chapter there for you. Look around the tabs there on the website. Oh, what else is there? Oh, bar charts. Look at the bar charts. Those are through Amazon, but look at them. I would highly suggest you get the legal terminology bar chart just to have with you. I would bring it to the first job that you land, okay? Definitely. And don't forget, the 15th of this month is the last day to enroll in my Paralegal Inner Circle class, and that is also on the website. It'll say Paralegal Inner Circle class info. Okay, so have a great one. Happy Monday. Hope you're all doing well. Hope all my mommies here had a great Mother's Day. I did. Got to see my daughter and grandson. So have a good Monday night, Monday afternoon, and I'll see you in the next live, okay? If you have any questions whatsoever, post them on the page. I'll be glad to help you out. All right, have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye.